So, John, thank you for coming on this channel. I'd like to introduce him to the community. He is a family man with a beautiful wife and two adorable kids, and we worked together on the Princess Cruises ship. And he stayed on from a photo manager to then becoming the brand expert across the entire ship and departments, increasing revenue to record levels. Welcome, John, and this is going to be an interesting discussion.
Yes, hi everyone.
Looking back, how did we even manage thousands of photos, guest photos every day? And how did it prepare you for managing the entire brand identity for the ship?
Yeah, for us it's how we deal with it. It's every single guest, right? It's normally we have about 2,600 guests. It's the every single day communication with them. Every single day we're trying to make an impact, one picture at a time at that time. So I think that's how it builds my curiosity on how to make it even on the bigger scale.
Very cool. What was the specific moment or project you realized you wanted to move from capturing the guest experience behind the lens as a photo manager, even to designing, the whole strategy in the boardroom, becoming the brand expert for the whole entire ship?
I think for me, it's not the just one specific reason or specific thing that happened. For me, it's throughout my whole career. I've been on ships for about 15 years, a little bit over than that. It's a lot of guest communication, guest experience that leads to that. And I think after photo manager, after certain times, it's I feel like I've done the maximum that I can be as a photo manager, and I want to be spreading my wings and touching more people and then achieving much more.
Definitely. And you're a dedicated family man, and you have a lovely wife, and she's also got her own business. But how has being a father changed the way you look at like family cruising, and how do you see the ship experience through their eyes? Have they come on board?
I think that's one of the good things that's a privilege for us is we can bring the family on board, right? Especially as a business and brand director, when my contract becomes shorter, when it's about 4 months on and 2 months off compared to a photo manager, which is about 6 to 8 months.
I didn't know that.
So that's a big difference. Looking at it, as I've been on different cruise ships, different cruise lines, with Royal Caribbean, Holland America, Celebrity, and now Princess. Uh, Coming to looking at it with my kids' perspective, it's huge because cruising is there's a common perception that cruising is only for an adult or retirees or somebody who wants to relax and all, but there's always space for the kids as well and for the family. And I think that's the focus now with the cruise lines for the multi-generational families, because that's, to be honest, that's where the money comes from, right? At the end of the day, that what they say is the retiree will give the inheritance.
Yeah, no, working at Princess, it's very lots of activities for the whole family. So, what are some of your struggles or your pain points you've overcome? And how has your faith and your self belief help you rise above those circumstances?
Just has removed the position currently for the business and brand director, so I'm in the job hunting phase now. So it's been tough. It's been 6 months now. It's we've got a notice for for a meeting, and then suddenly it's you're done. Where you don't have a next contract, and that's for all of us as a seafarer, because all of us are contractual
Yeah.
and nothing is permanent. And it's been hard, but I take it as positive thing as well. And during these times, the last 6 months, I've been more closer to God. And
So, you've helped drive revenue to record levels across multiple departments. What is the one golden rule of branding that you think contributed most to the financial success of the company?
I think with that, it's consistency and making sure that everybody is in alignment to each other. As I am in charge of 7 verticals with the ships, and some of those are in-house, and some of it are concessionaires as well. So it's very hard for one brand director to say, I am gonna put priority on one department rather than the other one. So as a photo manager, I feel that because I always say I want to get my revenue first. I want to get my budget first before I help somebody else, right? But as a manager, you need to, as a director, uh, I need to make sure that everybody is in sync, everybody is in alignment, everybody knows that the goal is still uh, to hit budget all at the same time, all together, in not just one.
You were very much responsible for the ROI, or did they report to you, or how did that happen? Were you just responsible for the branding and making sure everything is consistent?
No, the job itself, I'm in charge of the whole department, the revenue department itself. That's the Shorex, the spa, the photo, and the retail. So the managers report directly to me, and of course, the ones who works under them. For myself, I make sure I know the names of everybody. I attend the meetings. I make sure that they are aware and physically present for them as well. Kind of person, as you know, I don't stay in the office,
Yeah,
sitting there and having a long time. I always walk around. I am always around with the guys, so that I can teach them or I can coach them when they do something wrong or something that needs to be improved, or praise them when something is doing what they're doing really good. So I think that's how I manage things.
very cool. So you oversee seven different business verticals. For those of us who even struggle to manage one business, what is the secret to keeping that brand consistency across so many different areas when they're all so different? Like, how do you achieve that? Like, how do you stay on top of all of it? Because it's quite a lot, like for the whole ship.
Yeah, it's a lot. As I said, it just need to be making sure that everybody is aware of that one common goal. That the ship has to hit their budget. Uh, we always need to cross collaborate. Sometimes it just cannot be done by just revenue itself. It needs to be in partnership with the entertainment. It needs to be partnership with the F&B. I think the most important thing is you need to be aware of what's going on during the first 24 to 48 hours. By that time, you will already know if we're going to be hitting the budget, we're not going to be hitting budget, what needs to be adjusted. So for me, forecasting and planning is a very big part of my job, to make sure that, at the end of the day, the goal is to hit budget, right? For every single cruise, every single day. So I break it down to daily targets, to make it a smaller wins for everybody, and we go from there.
Very good. Yeah, you always
And
want to perform. I
adjustments.
remember that correctly. And look at you, we sell memories. And now you sell like a multi-billion-dollar brand, which is like obviously Princess and all the other ships that you've been a part of.
Yes.
So what is the emotional hook? Is it the same for as the productivity, or has it changed, or what has changed from your previous role besides the responsibility? You always wanted to change. I remember in speaking to you, you were ready for that growth phase. And how has your role changed in that sense?
It's not just the business and brand director's job to build the brand. It's every single one on that ship. It can be somebody who's back of the house, and then one day he's just gonna be passing through the guest area. And imagine the guest comes and asks, "Where is this place?" And then you don't know, but you just left and that's it. The guest will think no matter how long you are, first day or 10 years in the company, the guest doesn't know that. So the most important thing for me and what I teach, what I preach is always every single interaction with guests is building a brand, which is the company, which is the ship. Uh, there's always a lot of groups, Facebook groups and group chats around, on social media based on the ships itself, the cruise itself, the company itself. So they all share information about it. So I think everything for me personally, every single thing, every single guest that I spoke to, it's building the brand.
Definitely, because they're on vacation, and we have to remember that even though we are working, it's all about them and
Yes.
having a great time, right? Because this is an AI focused channel. Mainly because I
Yes.
had the same, troubles as you, trying to find work, employment after a lot of different displacements of job. And I've actually become quite resilient because I had to pivot so many times. And you know what? I'm just enjoying
Hmm.
it. I'm just enjoying the growth phase. And now I'm diving really well deep into AI. And I noticed the same for you. I've noticed you've been doing, little videos and,
Yes.
different things in AI. So I just wanted to talk about, the medallion class because I left right as medallion class was been put in place on Princess, and that was like the whole recording of all the information on that little medallion, and that is AI essentially. So how has AI made your job as a brand director easier, or has it made it more complex? And what are the expectations? Are they still onboarding people? Are people still new to the medallion? And how is it all working with this AI?
Yeah, I mean the medallion program has been great because we can track all the movement of the guests. For me, as a brand person or as a salesperson as well, I can detect all the movements from the shops to shops, the foot traffic, the heat flow, the heat map. It's a very good way. You understand. We have all the datas right now, right? The thing that we should move forward with the medallion program is for us to be able to send private messages like a promotion to a target specific target individual target demographic instead of a blast email or blast uh, messaging for everybody, right? So I think it's the targeting that will really help for us when we can specifically target specific demographics for what we can advertise for them. I think that's where it's gonna go through next. That's gonna be the next phase. As you mentioned, it's for the AI itself. I've been learning mostly with the video, with the editing, photos, where what you're doing before as well. But yeah, it's quite fun to learn during this downtime that we have. At least, we don't just get stagnant of what we don't know. And slowly, once we get back, now you're back at it with the job and with the work that you want. And I think it's just really gonna help us. And with AI itself, I think it's not, people are afraid that it's gonna replace all the people around it. With the cruise, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna help. We're gonna adapt to it. It's gonna help us with the data and all, but you cannot exchange the human interaction. And I believe, as in the hospitality business, as in the cruise ship, that's way more important than any software or anything like that we can invent. It's the human interaction.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That was actually my next question. Like it'll take away the soul of the ship because it's very personable and it's very people go there and they actually make lifelong friends even with the staff. There's people that I
Yes.
have, friends on Facebook that have come on and I did their wedding and it's just such a personal thing. So, it'll never go away. I totally agree with you. But then back to AI, like are you thinking of building your own business with AI? Are you just dabbling? What are your thoughts on it? Can you see yourself building a business on AI if you don't perhaps find work in your field or something that you'd like to do? What are your thoughts around AI and business?
So much things to focus on. It's too much. It's 24 hours, 48 hours. There's another app that came up of another AI that comes out, and by the time you stop for a day or two, then you're falling behind. For me, I'm using my AI skills right now to have my YouTube channel.
You have such a vast experience with traveling to so many different countries, connecting with all sorts of cultures across the world, and then also just being away from your family and being able to have that resilience to keep going and managing different departments. What is one skill that you think you should start learning today to stay relevant in this AI-driven world?
Yeah, for me, nothing beats your own personality, your credibility, your trustworthiness, and to give respect to other people. Other things, AI, photography, all that are skills that we can learn.
You're such a cool manager, and all the best for the future. And we'll chat again sometime.
Bye for now.